Hello there. Welcome to my first episode of How the Hell Do I Use My Africa Twin. It's a bike which does take a little getting used to. The instruction manual is like it's like trying to fire up a computer. It's not the easiest instruction manual to use. So I thought, after trolling on the internet, there was so little information out there on how to use the controls, little intricacies like how do the trip meters work, things like that. You know, simple things which everybody uses every day. It's a little instruction on this is what this button does, that's what that button does, and if you hold that button for too long it breaks it. It's kind of that kind of approach. We're just going to keep it free and easy. If you've got any questions on anything I'm doing, or tell me if I'm getting anything wrong or could do it better, please do. But let's give it a go and see where we end up. Hopefully not through the garage wall by pressing the wrong button. Fingers crossed. Okay then, here we go. Right, one key, one bike. Straight in, and there we go, the bike's ready. Now it resets itself, it shows you all the indicators and lights are working. Only on this setting you'll see this. Once you fire it up, all the other indicator lights go off and it just stays in neutral. You won't set the ABS or the traction control until you've done a few revolutions or so. Right, okay, the first question I always get asked is, how do I change the trip? Now, that's the one on the bottom. There we go, trip A at the moment. Now, if we look at the control here, if you press set and hold, it changes, it resets. If you press set once, it flashes. Now that flash means that you can then cycle through with the up and down select button, which is here. You can cycle through the different steps of the display. So you go from what is now air down to average consumption down to trip A. Now when it's flashing, it means you can move it. If you press and hold set just briefly, it then lets you scroll through whatever bar you're on. So you can go A, B, total. Now if you look up, you will see there's other features move as well. So if we press and hold set, it doesn't clear because you're on total. If you press briefly set, it lets you move bars. So now if we leave it on the average consumption, middle bar, press set briefly, the flash stops and you can go through the different features: average speed, the trip, consumption, average speed, and back to the trip. So we will now briefly press the set button again, which allows the flash to happen, and then we use the arrow button to move up, or to move up, to move up, and to move up. So now it's flashing on the air temperature. I press set, it stops it flashing, and then I can scroll through the features: elapsed time and air. If I press set briefly again, it flashes, and then I can move down and move through. Does that make sense?